STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Ambience.
In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at, is this Two Americas? No, this is not Two Americas.
Yes.
We're going to be doing another one. But we have a message from, what would you say, America's grandpa of financial advisors.
A reactional video to our grandpa.
Mr. Dave Ramsey would like for us to stay calm because
Everything is all
everything is all right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
There is not a hint of problems in the financial system.
Not at all.
Okay?
Not
I
at all.
must tell you.
Just put all your money in the bank and you'll be rescued by the FDIC.
Listen, man. There is a range of dinosaurs that are losing credibility and we're laying them on the dust where they belong. Because everything they say no longer makes sense. It just seems to me that we live in a different time and the rules have changed. And a lot of things that these people say is no longer valid.
Remember they used to say 60-40
Yeah.
portfolio,
Yeah.
then 80-20 portfolio.
Yeah. How is that going for them now?
Some can't even retire at this point.
Look at the ones with bonds.
Oh, jeez.
How is that going? Gold? You're going to go gold? Peter Schiff, how is that going for you? Anyway, let's check this out
It's unfortunate.
and get some premium advice here.
By the way, if you disagree, let us know why.
Hey, let us know. We're here to talk about it.
Startups. They were not mom and pop. Granny's CD was not over at this bank. That's not who they catered to. Okay? So to put that in perspective, FDIC insurance of $250,000 covers your up to $250,000. The government covers your deposits in the event of a bank failure. All right? The typical bank, it covers 75 to 80% of the deposits. In other words, some people have, rich people have $500,000 or $800,000 or $1 million or something in your local bank, but most people are $250,000 and under. This bank was the inverse of that. North of 90% of the deposits are not covered. That means these were all multi-million-dollar customers sitting in that bank. So these were players. And they done got caught. Okay, this is what happened. So this does not affect your local bank at all. It has almost nothing to do with your local bank. It's a bunch.
Well. Nothing at all to do with your local banks. What say you to that, sir?
So, if your local bank or your small business, your mom and pop uses bill.com
Yeah.
to pay the bills
bank.
of their employees,
Yeah.
or they use the VCs or the small business or what you call it, the startup application that they're using to run their business, how does that not indirectly impact the small business?
The small business.
How
Yeah.
does that, like SVB Bank is like the big one of the biggest bank for startup companies,
Right.
basically for
Companies that serve
the small.
the average person.
Yeah.
And so if that company that serves the average person goes out, I was talking about, was it Sunny Bank?
Yeah.
Is it the back?
Sandy
Spring
Spring.
Bank,
Yeah.
right? Small bank, it's in there. So right there. And we did a video about this. We had this list of banks that will be horribly affected by this, probably going out because of this. And a lot of the banks on there were small banks. So right away, I mean, no debate about it. We can already tell that this guy is talking out the wrong end of his face.
It's like banks give other banks their money for them to get better return, because apparently since SVB invests in startups and all that stuff, they get better return on their investment, a lot more return on the loans that they give out. So some small banks just give them the money to get them better returns, and now their money is stuck in there, and you're saying it's only affecting the big businesses.
Exactly.
Hell no.
Yeah. But wait, there is more.
Was the inverse of that. North of 90% of the deposits are not covered. That means these were all multi-million-dollar customers sitting in that bank. So these were players, and they done got caught. Okay, this is what happened. So this does not affect your local bank at all. It has almost nothing to do with your local bank. It's a bunch of Silicon Valley tech startups and venture capitalists from all over the place. I mean, I know I've got 2 friends in Nashville that are venture capitalists. They had money in that bank, lost money. Okay, and but they play us. All right, they're not. This is not Granny's CD, for God's sakes. All right, so your bank is safe. Calm your butt down. This has nothing to do with that. And what happened was, typically what banks do, this bank included, in order to have a stable balance sheet, a balance sheet that is very safe to back up the deposits, is they will buy bonds. Now, if you didn't know, bonds have bond interest rates have an inverse relationship with bond prices. What that means is, as interest rates rise, bond values go down. So they had a whole bunch of bonds that they bought when interest rates were 1.7, 1.8%. Interest rates are currently about 4% on the bond market, which means their bond portfolio had gone down in value dramatically. And they had billions in bonds.
So on paper,
billions in bonds. Billions in bonds. Let me just slow down real quick. The smartest of the smartest people in the room, okay? At a time when inflation was through the roof. Actually, let's pause and roll back. Let's say there was no inflation. Generally, the target for inflation is about, 2.4, 2.5? Mm-hmm. So on a standard situation, right, normal times, these people invested billions of dollars into bonds that were returning 1.5%.
Yep.
So they started off losing because you're really losing to inflation.
Yeah, so people like him actually teaches classes like that. So when I was taking these classes, one of the things they teach you is that wealth preservation. So one of the ways to preserve wealth is to buy bonds.
Yeah.
Because they say that the value is not going down, but at the same time, it's not keeping up with inflation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not in the risky assets. Apparently, bonds are not risky asset, but now we've been telling folks bonds are risky. So they say, oh, it's a non-risk asset.
I mean, if there's any question about that now
you're finding out.
I mean, I think that question is answered.
Oh, it's safe. It's a definite percentage that you get back.
Yeah.
But boom, in your face. So from wealth preservation to no wealth at all. Money gone.
Hey.
Poof.
Listen. This is advanced investment techniques. Do not try it unless you are a trained professional. You need a certification. And what is the certification?
CT.
Okay.
What's it called?
Whatever those garbage certifications are for to be a
Level
financial
5.
advisor.
Yeah.
You need them. Level 10 even. All of them. Level 6, 17, 20.
6 or 7.
This is what it takes to be able to start by purchasing an investment that is naturally losing money in default mode.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are crazy. Okay? It's ridiculous. What else does he have to add here, man? Because I think he goes... Oh, man, we're getting schooled now. Let's go.
And start scarfing the money, and they close the bank.
and that's what the bank run is.
They close the
when
bank.
all the customers show
So
up at
your
once.
local bank, A, is going to cover the vast majority of depositors. You're fine. B, there's not a bunch of players in your local bank. That's not who's dealing in there. Even freaking Bank of America, which I hate, and I don't know why anybody would do business with them. They're horrible. But even they have almost, it's like 40% of their deposits are covered, right? And it's like these guys it was all rich people, super rich people in there. So it's just, number one, you wouldn't have money in a bank. So bond interest rates have gone.
Listen, first of all, okay, leave Bank of America alone. Okay.
Hey, I don't like Bank of America. What are you talking about?
I bank over there. Okay, they're giving me 0 interest.
And you like them?
Occasionally, they charge me a maintenance fee. And then when they
Transaction fee.
But when they're feeling guilty and they don't want to just charge me a maintenance fee randomly, they charge me a fee for being below a certain amount that they arbitrarily choose. It's called poverty tax. When all else is bad, okay, when I go to pay for something, they reject the transaction, then charge me a fee for a rejected transaction, then charge me for that, then put an overdraft fee on it at the same time. You see? But I cannot leave. The experience is exhilarating. It's probably Stockholm syndrome. I can't leave. So shut your mouth, sir. But no, look, man, the FDIC is supposed to cover 250K. We know that in many cases they probably will not. It will probably extend for a long time.
It's a different story now.
Their mandate is to cover 250K, but we have seen now that these people have covered more than 250K. I guess you have to be of a certain class for that to be applied.
I got a video on that too.
We'll be talking about that for sure. And we're going to bring this up again because Mr. Ramsey, listen, when it comes to basic economics, just how to get out of debt, because I listened to this guy for a while and he was very helpful to me, right? But then they say student surpass teacher. Is that what they say?
Student eventually becomes the teacher.
Okay, so student becomes master. We are not the masters, but the students are seeing the holes through your theory, sir. Go back and revisit. At the same time, I understand that he probably does not care because, he has a lot of money already anyway. But this information that we are spewing out here, sir, is the devil's work. Damn, he's not going to like that if he ever saw that. He's a man of God. Yeah. That's why.
I think Dave is just stuck in his old ways.
Hey, man. It's always nice to see grandpas rant. What can we do?
Translation: your mortgage rates are cheaper today than they were this time last week. If you were going to get a mortgage in the next month or so and get a house, run to your mortgage company before all the dust settles on this. This is a great time to get a mortgage. Go to Churchill Mortgage today and lock in your mortgage today because this is an anomaly. It may settle back up by 2 weeks from now. All right, but it dropped a quarter to a half depending on what kind of mortgage you're looking at because bond interest rates went down. Bond prices went up because these dubers were flooding the market with their bonds, and the bond people went, oh, look at us. We support all the local banks because almost every local bank everywhere buys bonds to put on their balance sheet to, quote, stabilize their balance sheet. It only stabilizes their balance sheet, which is the great joke of the bond market, if the interest rates are stable. But when interest rates go up from 2 to 5, guess what? Your bond prices go down.
And then everyone shows up at the bank.
And that bond you bought that was so stable now is worth less because you were betting on an interest rate market to give you a stability, and that was a dumb move. So here we go.
What say you, sir? Great time to buy a house? Great time to lock in that mortgage?
I think that's terribly bad advice right now.
Why is that?
Fires on the mountain. This is where you should just be trying to avoid locking yourself down into any long-term debt.
But it's Dave Ramsey though. Dave Ramsey said
if you cannot keep your job, like the Federal Reserve is literally trying to eliminate jobs.
Yeah.
8,000 people fired from Amazon recently, 10,000 from Facebook. Apple's laying people off. There's gonna be a lot of people without a job, and then you go get a mortgage, and you go lock in a mortgage. How are you gonna pay off the house?
We'll ask Dave Ramsey. He's going to tell us. Use the baby steps. Duh.
No, baby step is not for parents. By the way, that's another thing, by the way. It pushes you to fight all your life to pay off a freaking mortgage. Whereas the entire system is built on debt. You don't need to be paying off that mortgage. You should be using it as positive debt.
Yeah, you pay off something that you still not own. That's always been
you still have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
If you don't pay the taxes, it's not yours. So why are you paying it off?
Listen.
You're only making the banks richer.
I don't know what world we live in, but clearly there's two interpretations of it. And Mr. Ramsey clearly has his own. The banks are literally going downhill. The whole economic system, as we know it, is going downhill globally. And this man is saying there's not anything to do with your local bank. I'm lost. Let us know down in the comments.
If the big banks go out, just remember the fee is transferred, because all the banks pay a fee to the FDIC.
Yeah.
If the big bank goes out, the fee is going to translate to those small banks. Small banks don't swallow the bill. They're going to transfer the bill to you, and you're going to see it in other fees showing out of nowhere. And if the FDIC is paying for it, which the Treasury gives them the money, we're all going to be paying for it through taxes.
There it is. Final thoughts, sir.
We're all fiat. That's what the problem is. Be concerned. Move your money out of those banks, man. Find somewhere safe.
Yes.
You know what's safe.
Wrecked beyond belief.
Financial advice, but I put my money big time.
Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, comment down below. Let us know what was the most interesting piece of this to you. Comment to the timeline and stuff like that. Follow us on Twitter, STAKKFin. We're also on Facebook, STAKKFin. Banned on Instagram because we're bad boys like that. And of course, we are on Spotify, STAKK. Until next time, press and out.